Right, our final speaker this afternoon is Dr. Una Adderley from Leeds University, who is going to talk us about Legs Matter and is also a trustee from the Tissue Viability Society, and is going to talk about our latest campaign called Legs Matter.
Hello, can you hear me all right? Because I turned down a personal mic and I might be regretting it. No, we're fine, good. I think all the sessions that have gone before have made the case really strongly. We know we need to be doing more about the whole issue of the lower limb. Brenda and I met a couple of weeks ago and we were reminiscing because I work out how long I've been campaigning or trying to work towards leg ulcers. And I know it was, my youngest was a year old. Well, she's 23 next month. And Brenda's been at the game even longer than me. It's a long time. We have put a lot of energy into this. And I know you have too. It takes a lot of energy just to get yourselves here today, doesn't it? It will have taken negotiation time from work, all the rest of it. I'm guessing that those of us in the room are here because we really care and we really want to make a difference. And sometimes it feels like we've been banging our head against a brick wall. We're making some inway, but it'd be nice to do it in a way that gets us a bit further through that wall. Now, I'm speaking today on behalf of the organisations you can see up here on the screen. Because before the NHS England initiative was announced, many of us in this field had decided we wanted to do more about this situation. And the organisations on this slide are all either charities or not-for-profit organisations that have an expressed interest in promoting better care for lower limb skin problems. And in November last year, we met for the first time as a group of concerned organisations. And we agreed we wanted to work together to try to improve care, because we believe that if we collaborate, we can achieve more than if we work individually. And I don't bet you, I can't be the only person thinking, oh gosh, which organisation do I join? Why can't they all work together? Because that would make my life so much easier. And I suspect I'm not the only person who's thought like that. Now, since November, we've had many conversations, and what I want to do today, very briefly, is to update you on where we've got to, because you are part of this, because you're our members of the TVS. As you've been aware by today, leg ulcers are even more prevalent than pressure ulcers. And we've been really inspired by what the Stop the Pressure campaign and similar things have achieved for leg ulcers. We think we can do the same for leg ulcers. And so what we have agreed between us is we want to develop and deliver a campaign strategy to promote good quality care of the lower limb. This campaign would incorporate supporting NHS England, the NHS England work, but it needs to have a wider remit as well. And what our aims are to work collaboratively. We want to shape and influence practice. We want to be a platform for communicating standards. We want to improve access to good quality care. And we want to ensure patient centricity in leg care. Now, these won't be new to you. We've been trying to do this I've been trying to do it for 22 years and 11 months, roughly. And I'm sure a lot of you have been very similar. What we very quickly realised was that although we are not short of expertise about leg ulceration and matters of the lower leg, we're not experts in marketing an idea. That's not where our expertise lies. So in March, we took up the offer of some free expertise from a healthcare marketing organisation who've helped us develop the very beginnings of a campaign. We have a name for this campaign. We hope you like it. NHS England like it so much, they've expressed some interest in supporting us, as have the Queen's Nursing Institute. So we're catching some interest already. It sounds like we're getting some of it right. Isn't that great? We've also come up with a strapline. Reshaping care together. I love a good pun. I love getting legs looking like legs, you know. But it's about reshaping the care, and we felt it was so important to get that message across. We need to work together. We can achieve so much more together. So, what will Legs Matter do? We don't have a logo yet, by the way. This was just me trying to find an interesting way of writing Legs Matter that might actually remember it. This is not the logo. This is me playing around. And actually, it's come out differently. It wasn't my computer. But that's okay. You'll hopefully remember me whittering about this, and that will do the job. Okay. So what will Legs Matter do? We want to campaign. The reality is that even with the best will in the world, we can't directly change practice. We can't do it as an organisation. You're the people, the clinicians, and the commissioners are the ones who can make the change. But what we can do is to support you in making that change. We can try and make life easier for you, to target some of that energy Christine was referring to. We want to help you know what's going to be the most effective way, because I'm guessing none of you spend your working days twiddling your fingers with not much to do. I'm guessing you're all pretty busy, then you go home to your busy domestic lives. I'm assuming your life is like mine. So you need to know what's the smart way. So what do we want to do? What do we want to campaign for? We want to campaign for more resource to be directed at care of the lower limb. And it might be not just more resource, but smarter use of the resource we've got. As Brenda alluded to, we need an up-to-date national guideline. The sign guideline was great, the RCM guideline was great, but actually the sign guideline, is it 2010 or, 7 years old. I know quite a lot of work, good quality work that's come out since then that isn't incorporated. We need to improve access to high-quality care. Mike's referred to the fact, he's a busy working businessman. He needs some care on days when he can actually access it. The drug users need care in the right places. We can't just have this standard one-size-fits-all type thing. We need good quality guidance for commissioners. It's complicated, the world we want to work in. We want to make it as easy as possible for those people who are responsible for buying the care, sorting the care, know what looks like good value. I don't know about you, I've had conversations with GPs down the years. They haven't a clue what their practice nurses are doing because they don't know. And sometimes they're the GPs who sit on the commissioning groups or have done in the past. We need to help them understand what good care looks like. We need easily accessible, high-quality education for clinicians, but not just clinicians. We were chatting to somebody yesterday and we were saying patients need to know what good care looks like. If you don't know what's good care, how do you know when you're going to your GP or wherever it is you go for care that you're getting appropriate care? We need to make life easier, put it into plain English that everybody can understand. It's all very well for us. I'm guessing we're all here because we have a passion for tissue viability, but we need to be able to communicate in a way that actually makes sense to everybody. So what we want to do is work together to campaign for this. We think one of the ways to actually do this is to actually set up to pool our existing resources and knowledge to make it easier to find this information. So what we plan to do is to establish a website that will bring together an easily found resource of good quality information. So rather than you having to go to all these little bits and pieces of information, what we'd like to have is a resource, a website, that if you type Legs Matter, and we've already registered that title, so if everybody else wants it, you're too late. Apparently it's only about 25 quid. I was surprised how cheap it was. That was nice. Love a bargain. So we've registered that. So you've got in your head, Legs Matter, right, I need some information. You go there. For people who are fresh to the legs thing, people like Mike, maybe 15 years ago, you'd find the basics there of, okay, who do I need to go and ask? What should I expect? But also for those of us who have more complicated things, we'll try and hyperlink to the right research, the guidelines, make it a sort of one-stop shop for anything to do with the lower leg. And as Brenda alluded to, it's not just leg ulcers, it's everything. You'll see from the people across the bottom, we've got the British Lymphology Society are working with us. We've got the Foot in Diabetes UK working with us, plus those of us who've been banging on about leg ulcers for years. We haven't yet got any medics. If any of you have any influence in that direction, Richard, we would love some medical societies to work with us. Please, please, please come and talk to us. We really want to, because we think there's power in us being joined up together. We think the way forward is to create a groundswell of activity. We are going to be looking to you as our members. Yesterday we had a TVS trustee meeting and the TVS have agreed to, what was the expression? I'm not very good at financially underwrite the campaign to a reasonably generous amount, enough that will get us off the ground, which is what we need. We plan to be working with some marketing company because we don't have that expertise. We also don't have the time. So what we need is someone who knows what they're doing to tell us how to actually make the most bang with our bucks. So we're going to be buying some care in because we think we need that expertise. Anybody happens to be a marketing person in the audience who's willing to do that for very little, do come and talk to me. But we think that's unlikely. And actually, sometimes you have to spend some money to actually get good quality stuff back. It's false economy to try and think you can do it all. We've been trying for 20 odd years. We can do better. We can do smarter. We really hope you get behind this campaign, not just as an idea, but as something to really engage with. You know how you retweet for the pressure ulcer campaigns, you organise your local study days, they provide you with resources to help you do that, your days of activity, you put posters up everywhere. This morning they were talking about putting stickers on car. That's how we need you, to spread that word. But what we think our job will be is to give you the tools and the way of actually trying to make it as pain-free as possible for you, so that you can create the most noise with the as least possible effort. Does that sound reasonable? Because you're busy, we know that. But there's a lot of us out there. We know we can do this. We've done this for pressure ulcers. We've made huge improvements in pressure ulcers. We're not there yet, but boy oh boy are we well on the way. We can do this for leg ulcers. We can't do it alone, we can do it together. So back to the comment this morning, connect, collaborate, transform. That's what we want to do with this. We know that legs matter, and we know we can reshape care together, but we have really got to go for it together, and we are going to do our very, very best to help you. We really hope you support us. Thank you. I'm on time.
Are there any questions from our members in the audience, or anybody about the campaign? And
can I just ask, you have said there, which is absolutely true, that we should be working together. And, you know, for years and years I thought exactly the same thing. How do you see industry contributing to working together?
Right. We had a big debate about this one because that was a complicated one. We have decided at this moment in time we want to just work with charities and not-for-profit organisations, because that way we keep some control over the campaign. We really hope once we decide what our campaign is looking like, that industry will think, this is a great idea, we want to support it. So that's the way we're taking it at the moment. I'm really in danger of offending somebody here, and I really don't mean to. We wanted to keep a purity about it, so it was very obvious that this was coming from clinicians and patients, but we do regard industry as our very important partners. For example, when I finish talking here, I'm hurtling off to talk to somebody who is head of marketing for one of the companies, because we need to know more about, okay, what does a good marketing strategy look like, and what questions should we be asking whatever marketing agency we work with. So we really want to engage. We really hope the for-profit organisations, if we call them that, will want to work with us. But at the moment, we don't need them at the moment yet, but we will. So we very much want to stay friends. That's our plan. It's to work collaboratively, but we want to stay control. I hope that's acceptable. Yeah.
right, thank you. I'd just like to thank all my lovely speakers this afternoon.